Good morning. It's a little bit after 5, and we actually left the house around the same time that we wanted to, about 5 o'clock. We got up at 3:30, and we got all ready and to hit the road to go to Florida. Today's day one. We just left, and our goal today is to get somewheres in Pennsylvania. We started kind of researching driving down to Florida. I've done it before with through the I-95, but this is the first time I'm going to be going through what is called the snowbird route. I think it's like the I-84 turning onto the I-77, takes you into Pennsylvania, Virginia, and then back onto the I-95 going to Florida. I think you reach it, the I-77 and some other secondary highways, and then you connect onto South Carolina, I believe. So yeah, so the why. So why are we driving down to Florida? So this is my second time driving to Florida. This is David's first time going to Florida completely.
First time.
I've been to Disney and I've been to Universal, so I've done a few theme parks, Disney related. David has never done them. So that's our first why. So back in January, a few months ago, one day I was just like, "Hey, let's go to Florida. Let's do Disney. You've never gone to Disney." And it's something I've always wanted to do with David and wanted him to experience, and I wanted him to see Florida. So because we work 10 months out of the year and we have the summers off, there's our other why. Some people ask, "Why are you going to Florida in the summer? Like it's hot and humid." Well, the reason why is because we will have some time off at Christmas, but it's not enough to drive down. We have the March break off, but that's not enough time to drive down. Summer is the longest that we have to go and explore. And then some other people will say, "Well, why don't you just fly down? You get there in about 3.5, 4 hours, and then you have more time down there and stuff like that without the traveling. Traveling is long." So back in January, I decided to check out the airlines just to see, and even the cheap flights. And I mean, flights nowadays, and even with the gas prices, and we all know that what's going on in the world, gas prices are expensive, and that the airlines are expensive, and they're expensive to begin with. Sometimes when you're traveling, if you're not doing an all-inclusive, when you're looking at just regular tickets, it's expensive. And then hotels in Florida, sure, you can find a cheap one with God knows what in it, but to get a really good hotel in Florida that's near theme parks and stuff, you're looking at like hundreds of dollars a night. And we're going for a while, so we're going for, I think, 8 days if I have to check on my calendar again. 3 days driving, 3 days driving back. It's about a 16-day adventure, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. So that's the other reasons we're driving down, is just try to save on the cost of things like hotels. And so if you saw my previous video where we were packing up the trailer and packing up, so we have, oh, you can't really see behind us. There it is. We are going down with our tent trailer. That's new for me. So I've gone camping before with a tent trailer. That's not the new part. The new part is I'm going to Florida, and there's my partner in crime right there driving. We are camping at Lake Louisa State Park near Clearmont, Florida, which is about 40 minutes away from Orlando. So people might say, "Well, why would you want to camp that far away from Orlando if you're going to a Disney theme park, or if you want to go explore Orlando?" Because it's much cheaper. So to camp at Disney, it's over $100 a night. It's not bad, right? But Disney is busy, and there's a lot of families, and we're just a couple. So when I was researching this, back in January, I started checking out different campgrounds and watching YouTube videos about campgrounds in Florida. And the one that struck me the most, and then that's when once I settle on a few, then I get my husband involved and say, look at this video, look at that video, and we look at things together and make a decision. And Lake Louisa State Park is a very small park. It's cheap. It's like 20 some dollars a night. You pay $5 for parking. There's an entrance fee, and it's a state park. There's a few lakes there, but there's no swimming pool. It's just a campground with 3 loops, very small. So I guarantee you, there's not going to be a lot of children there. I don't mind children, but again, we're just looking for like going out and doing the things and then coming back and relaxing and having things very quiet. So that is our whys. I don't know, David, did you want to add on to that?
We're around children all the time. We're in education. We need a break. Today's our first official day of summer vacation for myself.
And what about the whys about how we're going down? How do you feel about that?
That's an adventure. I've never driven 2,000 miles before hauling a trailer. So this is all new, and I've never driven past New York City. So everything is new, and I'm excited for it.
I feel like if I'm interviewing you, but again, this is kind of like my first time doing a vlog about traveling without having like pre-recorded. So yeah, I'll sound like an interview for a while before I get really comfortable with this. So I guess that's it for now. Again, we're just half an hour away from home, and we just want to start with our why. And once we get further down driving, if we see anything interesting, want to vlog things along the way, I'll start back again and start recording. See you soon. Good morning. This is day 1 of driving down to Florida with our SUV and our tent trailer in the back. I'm Carol. This is my husband, David.
Good morning.
We're doing this adventure together. So we decided that we were going to wake up at 5 or leave at 5 o'clock this morning. We woke up we want to wake up at 4, but we were so excited we woke up at 3:30. And we were out the door about 5:04, so that was like great. And if you haven't looked at my episode, my previous one about packing up our trailer, don't forget to check that out. And also my first video where I'm packing for the heat, for the Florida heat. Also check that out. So some people are wondering, like, I guess, why are we going to Florida in the summer when you know it's going to be like hot and humid, right? Because most people like to go to Florida when it's snowing, especially if you're Canadian. So the reason why that we're going in the summer is because we work 10 months out of the year. We have about 3 weeks off throughout the year, but it's not a lot of time per time off, if I'm explaining that right. Summer is the biggest stretch that we have for time off. So if we're going to drive down and camp, summer is the best time to do it because we have the most time. So that's one why. Another why is, well, why are you going down? Oh, the sun's in. Okay, the sun is in the way. There we go. It's a good thing. Another thing that people might be saying is like, well, why are you driving down with a tent trailer? Well, like, wouldn't it just be quicker to fly? Well, of course it would. But with the price of airlines, so back in January when I was getting ready for this trip and I decided, let's do this, I checked out some airlines, and airline prices are very expensive. So it's not my first time driving down. I've driven down before, but this is new to me because we have a tent trailer in the back. So we figured driving down would be cheaper because with the cost of airlines, and then when you get down there, you're looking for hotels. Hotels can be very costly too. And yes, sure, you can get cheap ones, but who knows what's in those cheap hotels. So we thought we tried this way. We don't know how well it's going to work, how much money we're going to save, if we're going to save any money at all. Who knows? This is a nice vlog to put out there. First of all, to test for yourself, but also to show viewers maybe this is something you might want to do in the future. So I guess so that's another why. Another why is like, well, why Florida? Well, I do. I love Florida. I've been down there a few times, 3 times. I've done the Disney theme parks. I've done Universal, checked out Orlando and stuff like that. Been down to Tampa, like Clearwater, Daytona area. However,
this is my first time.
Yeah, my wonderful husband, this is his first time.
First time to Florida, first time to Disney World. I'm in my mid-50s, and I'm going to be a kid again.
Crazy, it's his first time, and that's the thing, right? You're never too old to go down. So, like, I'm nearing, such and such an age, and I'm so excited to go. I feel like a kid, so I'm so excited to share this journey and this adventure with my husband. And another why is, well, I guess it's not another why, but to add on to this, it's going to be our 6th year anniversary coming up, and guess what day it is? July 4th. Now, why is it that we're Canadians, but I decide to get married on July 4th? I say I. He agreed. The woman always picks the date, but I guess we kind of, anyways, we won't go there.
I agree.
So, July 4th. Why not July 1st? We're Canadian. Why not any other day? Well, I picked July because we're off in the summer, and I like to have our anniversary where we have a longer periods of time to explore. Ta-da! We're doing it. So we got married in 2020. Fast forward to 2026. Look at us. We're doing an adventure near our anniversary, right? So sometimes you have to paint the vision and the picture of the future and why you're doing things and time it like so. So another reason why we're going to go to Disney, and here's the catcher. Not that I want to talk about this all in day one, but it's part of the why. I decided to book Magic Kingdom on July 4th. So that should be interesting. Who knows how busy that's going to be on July 4th. I heard 2 different things watching YouTube videos. It's either going to be extremely busy or not really busy. Just average. So we'll see. I will be vlogging that as well. So yeah, July 4th. And I just thought, well, the United States has a wonderful way of doing things for the 4th of July. And I know some people has gone to Boston to see fireworks, and apparently it's spectacular. I suppose anywhere you go, New York. But I decided, what would it be like to do fireworks on the 4th of July at Magic Kingdom for our anniversary? So that should be interesting as well. So this is day 1, like I said. Day 1, whenever I was mapping this out back in January, and again, it was constant for months, looking at YouTube videos, Googling things. I even got Chat GPT to help me with planning all this out. And then I showed it to David, and he's like, yep, sounds good to me. Cause he's never gone on this road trip before. So day 1, we're going to be crossing the border, Houlton, Maine. Usually we go through Calais, but we decided with Houlton, Maine, with Google and Chat GPT and all that, and whatever else I used, Houlton is just more of a direct path to get to the I-95. And it's about the same time, but the distance is a little longer, but that's okay. The time-wise is about the same. Then we're going to drive all the way down to I-95 and connect somewheres. I believe it's in Connecticut or New York. I can't, or the state of New York. I can't remember. I think there's different ways of connecting to it. We're going to connect onto the snowbird route, which is the I-81, I believe. I'll have to check. I have it all down, so no worries about that. But I think it's the I-81 that connects to the I-77, and then there's like other secondary routes. And our first stop for this evening, we're going to try, is going to be a long haul, but that's the way I want it for day one. Really get deep down. We're going to go into the state of Pennsylvania. I've never been there before. And then day two, we'll be entering Virginia, which is going to be nice. I've never been there before, because when I did this trip a long time ago, I went on the I-95 all the way down, and yeah, it was something else. There was a lot of like traffic. Sometimes we're on the highway and we were stalled like in traffic on the highway, not going anywhere for like an hour because of accidents or road work or whatever it was. So I heard this route here is more relaxing, and that's what we want. So I think that's it for now. I talked about the why, talked about what we're going to do, how far we're going to go down in day one. I'll keep recording every now and again. If we see anything interesting, any stops along the way, any scenic route, and I'll start recording again. So I guess that's it for now. See you soon. Hi, we're about under 80 kilometers before we get to the Holton border. It's not often I use this border to cross into the States. Usually we'll do Calais, Maine. It's a smaller border. I've gone through the Holton border a couple of times. There was one time when we crossed, we were actually pulled over and searched. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to go this time around. One time I crossed the Holton border and there was like sniffing dogs sniffing all the vehicles. I'm assuming looking for drugs or whatnot. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Where we have a SUV full of stuff, and we have a tent trailer. Now, worst case scenario, and they think we're suspicious for whatever reason, the two of us going to Florida. But anyways, worst case scenario is they would get us to open up our tent trailer and search inside there. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We were thinking about the things that we're forgetting, and I want to bring a spare GPS, kind of like a really like a small like one where it's not connected to our vehicle, just in case. It's nice to have a spare one. I forgot that, but that's okay. Oh no, you know what I forgot?
What's that?
Oh my God, I forgot the passports. Just joking. I couldn't go very long with that joke. Yeah, it was hard to hold that one inside. But anyways, yeah, that was my worst fear. So I actually put our passports in my purse, and I had it in there for like a few days now, because you just don't want to forget the passports crossing a border. So yeah, well, we'll see how it goes after we cross the border. I'll maybe give another update, but I know you can't have your recording devices going when you're crossing a border, so you'll just have to take my word for it, whether it went well or whether we got searched and held and detained. We'll let you know across the other side. See you for now. Crossing the Holton border was very easy. There was one car in front of us, so it wasn't very busy. The border security guy just asked your typical questions: where we're from, where we're going, how long we're staying, if we had firearms, food in a car. Then he took our picture. That was new. But it's been a while since I've crossed a Holton, Maine border. But yeah, we had our picture taken. Then he just kind of went towards the trailer, and then came back and we were on our way. So that was easy because sometimes Holton can get very busy, the border crossing. I'm not sure if I mentioned it previously, but I know I'll say it in the title that we're driving from New Brunswick, Canada, going to Florida. We're staying in Lake Louisa State Park. It's a nice quiet park, very small. It has three circles. However, the state park itself is huge, a lot of greenery. So that's what I like about it. Whenever I booked it in January, I just wanted a nice quiet spot because I know we'll be checking out Disney parks, Universal. Florida can be hectic, so it's nice to go at night and just have a quiet time. So again, this is day one, just crossing a border and hoping to make our way to Pennsylvania and staying the night. So at first, whenever we got a tent trailer, I thought this was great because it would save hotel cost. So, however, we could like set up the tent trailer for a night and then move on, but that's a lot of work to do just for one night as we're traveling to Florida. Then I thought to myself, well, maybe we can sleep in the SUV. It's fairly big. Put the seats down, have a cushion, but we have a lot of gear in the back seat, so that's not going to happen. So, I mean, it could, but it's very unlikely. It'd be kind of hard to maneuver that around. So, we'll probably have to book hotels, like rent them along the way, 2 nights. It takes us 3 days to go to Florida, hopefully. So, we would need 2 hotels. So, there's a cost there. So, in the future, if anybody wants to do this, and we thought about it, but it's very expensive, you get some kind of an RV or some kind of a camper van. But again, I looked at the cost of that and it's quite expensive compared to a pop-up tent trailer, and you don't have to worry about like that engine blowing and stuff. And this is a pretty new SUV. It's a 2026. So we'll see how that goes, but you have to kind of go with the flow and change your plans over time. Things that you thought was going to work out may not work. So that's it for now. We're just trucking along. We're heading towards Bangor. See you soon. I thought I'd give an update. We're in the Merrimack area. Traffic seems to be going pretty well. We're on a 3-lane divided highway. There was a little bit of more of a hectic traffic, but it has calmed down. So at first I plugged in the GPS to go straight to Florida, but I thought, no, I'm going to do like ChatGPT recommended, just day 1, day 2, day 3, put your markers. So I put day 1, our marker, to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And so right now it's like 1 o'clock US time. And so the estimate arrival is 8:15 p.m. in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. As you can tell, I'm getting a little tired. I've been up since 3:30 this morning. So it says 447 more miles. So again, the goal is to get to Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and
Rest for the night. Hit the road early tomorrow morning.
Yeah, probably around the same time, because day 1 is a long haul. Day 2, you can make it a long haul too, or sometimes a little shorter. So that day 3 is fairly short, right? At least maybe 7 or 8 hours. That's what we're hoping. What happens are 2 different things. So that's the update for now. So we just passed around the Boston area, and the traffic was moving a little bit slower, but no like traffic jams on the highway. And then we were wondering, what was going on, and then like in the alert it said slow moving traffic, it's game day. And then we're like, oh, wonder what game day. And of course David knows more about sports than I do, and he's like, oh, probably has something to do with baseball. But I'll hand it over to him. And this is what I did is I googled it before I started this update, so I knew what I was talking about. Can't explain it. I'm gonna give it over to my man David.
Yeah, the Boston Red Sox playing the New York Yankees today, and also a FIFA World Cup game is happening today. So it's very busy in Boston, and apparently soccer fever has hit the city.
Wow. Okay, you found your niche. An announcer for sports. That was like perfect. So, and apparently when I Googled it, it just said like there's a lot of festivities going on as well. So again, the traffic wasn't too bad. It was slow moving. And then we went on the
290.
the 290 I-290 West, and it kind of saved us from all those shenanigans, sports shenanigans. So that's the update for now. We're still like about 6.5 hours away from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We're getting tired, and we were thinking we might actually go past that, but we'll wait. We'll wait and see what's going on. So that's the update for now. Did you want to say something?
I was just going to say, probably going to push to Hagerville.
Oh yes, Hagerville. Yeah. It's like about 30 miles past Carlisle. And then I chat GPT'd it, and it said, if you want to be really, way ahead of the game on day one, but pressing it, mention entering the state of Virginia, which we don't know how we feel about that. That's like an extra 2 hours on top of the already long day. So anyways, let's see what happens. I'll be updating in a little while whether we've made it, Pat went further, whatever happens, maybe something interesting happens along the way. That's it for now. See you later. Okay, so here's another update as we're approaching Hartford, Connecticut. We had a little mishap where we got confused with the two GPSs running. I didn't realize that his phone was still plugged in to go straight to Florida, and mine was to go to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And then we got really confused around the Boston Springfield area of what to do, because two GPSs were telling us two different things. Anyway, so then we made a turn, and then we'll end up in Worcester, Massachusetts to gas up. So that was good, because then we were able to get sandwiches, and the gas is cheap, and that was nice. So then I decided to chat GPT, because I had maybe a feeling that because sometimes when you're trying to go in the I-81, the GPS will try to force you to the I-95, and we don't want to go that route. So I decided to chat GPT it, because we noticed on the GPS that it was saying towards New York City, and we're like, oh, we don't want to go there. So we're trying to avoid that at all costs. So I decided to chat GPT how to bypass New York City altogether, or anywhere near New York if possible. And so what it came up with was, instead of putting Carlisle, Pennsylvania as your destination, put Scranton, Pennsylvania as your destination. So therefore, when the GPS is trying to reroute you to the I-95 because of traffic or whatever other reason, by clicking on Scranton, it won't reroute you to the I-95. It'll bring you right to the I-81 no matter what. So that's what we decided to do. and I think it's going to work out really well. And right now, if I'm looking at the GPS, it says our arrival is in 3 hours and 44 minutes to Scranton, Pennsylvania at about 6:46 p.m. So we have about 218 miles to go. So that's a good thing to note because we made some rookie mistakes. And again, I was looking at ChatGPT like back in January to try to find the snowboard route because I've never done it before. I've only drove through the I-95. So that's a good way of doing it. So you click your GPS from wherever you're from to whatever border crossing, and then do these little key marks along the way. So that's the update for now. I'm loving the traffic around here. It's a 3-lane, and it's not busy at all. But there could be some congestion. They said in Hartford, Connecticut. So that's it, and I'll keep you updated with other things that we might be encountering or seeing along the way. So we decided to stop and gas up because we made a rookie mistake. We had 2 GPS on the go, and one of them was right to Florida, and one was for Carlisle, Pennsylvania. So we listened to a GPS that was trying to get us back to the I-95 South. Anyway, so we stopped somewhere in Massachusetts, and we decided to gas up, and we're going to grab sandwiches. But I thought I'd give you this time here while David's gassing up to show you. So we have a cooler here that was that we borrowed from a friend, but it's kind of nice because we have all our sandwiches and stuff in there. And if you can see right there, that's a plug-in, so we can actually have the Keurig machine, which is there, it's not plugged in, or we have this cooler here that is staying nice and cool because it's powered by electricity. So that's a nice thing we like about the Honda Passports. So I just thought I'd show you this now, since we're taking a little stretch because of our rookie mistake of having 2 GPSs telling us to go to 2 different places, and we took the wrong route. So yeah, that's what I like about it. I guess that's it for now. Yeah, I don't even know where we stopped, to tell you the truth. But on another note, so when David filled up, we were about 178 miles left to the tank, and it only cost him $34.76 to fill up. So like, I really want to move here. I really want to move to Massachusetts. Like, this is makes me very happy. Instead of paying $70-$80, we're paying $34.76. That's it for now for the update. I thought I'd give another update. We're about an hour away from Scranton, Pennsylvania. We're going to be going into the Pennsylvania border soon. It's pretty good driving here, like in the northern part, like of New York City. And we just there was like heavy traffic around the Connecticut area and a few places like throughout New York State. Because, I mean, of course, we hit there during a traffic rush. Like, we were coming into cities, between like 3:30, or starting at 3. We started hitting cities 3, 4, 5, 5:30. So now it's 6 o'clock, and it seems like we're well away from like all the signs for New York City. So now it's just kind of like a divided 2-lane highway. And yeah, we're going to be hitting the Pennsylvania border soon, which is nice. Scranton, we'll stop for gas and then we'll continue on to our destination, either Carlisle or what was the other one called?
Worcester.
No, not Worcester. Another one, not Harrisville, something. Hagerville, thank you, which is like another 30 some miles away from Carlisle. So that's it for the updates. So we'll see you soon. Hi, just a little update. So we're 2 hours away from Carlisle. That was our target place to stop for the night. It's 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So it says arrival will be around 9:30, and we've been driving for about 15 hours. We, came across a lot of traffic along the way, but now we're at 7:30. It's pretty relaxed. It's kind of nice. We're tired. David's been driving the whole time. I thought we were going to switch, but he's doing it. He said he got a second wind.
Yep, now I'm on my third.
He's on his third wind now. So we'll see. I think we're going to stop in Carlisle because Hagerdsville, when I was Googling it, it was saying there was no hotels there. You would have to look in around the surrounding areas. So I'm not quite sure about that. I would hate to drive 50 minutes out of Carlisle and then not be able to find a hotel.
It'll be 9:30 when we get there, so that's late enough to get off the road.
So, but again, we'll see how it goes. We might change our mind, but but this whole first day was about, can we make it to Carlisle, Pennsylvania, on the first day? And you know what? We're doing it. Like we're hitting our target goal here. We're tired, but now I'm getting excited just thinking about it. And subscribe, please subscribe, because day 2 is going to be exciting, going through Virginia,
the Carolinas.
Yeah, and then the Shenandoah mountain area. Apparently that's beautiful. Never seen it. The Appalachian Mountain, I believe. I'll have to look that up. And that's going to be exciting. And Buc-ee's. Woo! So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Day 2 is going to be wonderful. And then of course, day 3, our target is Florida. It's Lake Louisa State Park. Let's see. This is things that I've mapped out and envisioned back in January, March. I've been looking at YouTube videos. David's been doing the same, but for him, it's more of the Disney parks he's excited for. I've been looking at it all. We looked at a lot of Buc-ee's stops. And at first we were going to stop at the one at South Carolina, but as I kept on researching, I eventually said don't. And apparently there's a Buc-ee's that opened up, I think 2 years ago in Virginia, just off of the I-81, which we're on. So hello, 2 years ago, Buc-ee's expanded. So to get off and see the Buc-ee's and like how we were going to do it, it would have been out of our way. So yeah, we're going to be passing by Buc-ee's. Now, mind you, once we get there, that might change altogether, because what you see online may not be the full truth, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So far, so good. It's been good to us so far. So that's the update for now. And yeah, I'm excited that we're still a long ways to go, but 2 hours to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. See you later.